let's begin with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The clerk will take the roll.
Mr. Sextro.
Here.
Ms. McDaniel. Here. Mr. Putoff.
Here.
Smiley Robertson.
Here.
Mr. Patterson.
Here.
Mr. Burke.
Here.
Everybody being present tonight, the consent calendar is available. The minutes of the previous meeting have been distributed. Are there any additions, corrections, or changes? If not, may I have a motion?
So moved. Second.
Mr. Sextro.
Yes.
Mr. Patterson.
Yes.
Ms. McDaniel.
Yes.
Mr. Putoff.
Yes.
Smiley Robertson.
Yes.
Mr. Burke.
Yes.
Okay, that brings us to the committee reports, and we'll start with Finance Committee.
Okay. Another good month for September, totaling $2.529 million, which is approximately $821,000 over tax receipts for September 2023. Year-to-date tax receipts total $16,658,000, which is approximately $2.7 million over year-to-date receipts at this time last year. Village-wide results: September receipts exceed expenditures by $1.5 million. Year-to-date receipts exceed expenditures by $4.5 million. Several large upcoming payments are expected, which will greatly reduce the difference by year-end. This includes payments for the new service building and fire truck. The 2025 budget was distributed to council for review. Also, on November 12th, we'll meet to discuss this capital budget. Ms. Karachi passed out the proposed budget and asked members to review, and if they had any questions, to contact her. Ordinance resolutions: there will be Hamilton County tax rates, then and now, transfer of contingency chiller, Spartan Drive, and building improvements and engineering contract for Becker. Gorman Heritage Farm Sunflower Festival was this weekend, was a great success. A lot of traffic on Reading Road and a lot of people walking to and from, so it was great to see. Fall Fun Days is this weekend, is this weekend and next weekend. Pumpkin carving October 12th, Touch a Truck October 19th. Staffing is small, but everyone is stepping up and making things work. Gorman Heritage Farm will be hosting a pop-up for book donations. Please, if you have any books that you want to purge, please bring them by Gorman Heritage Farm. Playscape Phase 1 is complete. Recreation. Online registration going well. RFP for Fitness Center Operations 2025-2026 with 2 operational years. So they're evaluating that. And then Mother and Son Amazing Race went well. Gingerbread is sold out, both in person and take-home ones. Halloween Fest, October 19th, down at here on the grounds. Great event. 2 ordinances and 2 part-time hires will be also tonight. Service Engineering, Paula Shababerly is retiring at the end of 2024. This position will be posted, and so if you're interested, please step up. Evendale Common Pond Sidewalk completed. Leaf bags already handed out, well over 9,000 bags. Fire Department generator has been shipped, and I think actually has been received, right? Or, no, it hasn't? Okay. And storm damage with trees. Great job by the village for getting around and cleaning up. Chris Dyer Memorial sign has been replaced on the highway, and final drawings for the community art center elevator will go out to bid. Walking path is being worked on at Gorman Heritage Farm, which actually is complete. And conference call regarding transfer bus with Metro Bus, to move the area. Spartan Drive building is being updated. Timeline is the tenant will move in tomorrow, or actually on Friday, on the 10th. Duke Regulator Station will be replaced at the end of October. Park Hill sign replacement will begin October 7th, but we don't have a complete construction schedule, and they're estimating about 2 weeks of traffic change, diversion, but that's not been stated yet. And that's all for my report.
Okay, any questions, comments?
I just wanted to check one, you said something about the budget and November 12th? Is that? you wanted
November
to
12th is.
Discuss it on November 12th? I thought we were discussing it on, that's the
Yeah,
actual council meeting. It's
Actually, that's the
it's
week before, yeah.
Okay,
Now, what is on November 12th?
The budget.
our actual council meeting.
Or council,
Council meeting?
It's a council meeting,
yeah.
and we're going to discuss the budget at the council
The
meeting.
meeting.
The
week
committee
before.
meeting the week before.
Well, that,
In between the two committee meetings.
That's what I had, I just was double checking from,
Yeah, we're gonna have that like we did,
wait a
this
minute,
past.
too many people talking. Tom,
So that'll be discussed, the budget will be discussed at the sub-council meeting.
sub-council meeting will be the budget.
Between the sub-council meetings. It's the hour between the two.
Okay, we were also going to discuss the fire department at that time. Am I right?
We did that.
We just
this
did that
month.
last, we're gonna make a
We
final.
were going to have another discussion with
Another
the
one.
chief. We want another discussion with the chief. Can we put that off till December, chief? Okay. Let's put that, so we'll meet in November for the budget, and then we'll meet in December, again, between council meetings, with the fire department and the issue that was brought up the other night.
What day are we having that meeting?
That'll be Tuesday, that'll be between the council meeting.
Okay, but
A
that's
pre-council
an
meeting.
election day, and we typically move that meeting off of election day.
We're going to meet on election day. Well,
Absentee.
well, let's work it out. I mean, if people want to work at the polls, or,
I'm not working the polls.
please?
I'm not working the polls.
Oh.
I just like to understand what's going on.
Well, I think the thought was that there was nobody in the village that was running that, this election, no council people, no mayor, and that we could have our meeting as scheduled. But if that's a problem,
Well, I don't know. I'm not sure we can cover the budget in an hour. We're trying to squeeze it in to an hour.
can you pull your microphone down a little
Okay,
bit,
I
Carolyn?
said, we're trying to squeeze it into an hour. I'm not sure that we've ever accomplished that. I know it's all laid out for us and it follows everything, and we've had some discussions about things that are going in. I'm just concerned that we're gonna push later and later and later on that, but that's okay.
So you think we need more time?
I'm asking other people, maybe you think
What's the
it's
feeling?
easy enough to get through it.
I reviewed it, I maybe have one or two small questions. I think we could do it within an hour. Carolyn,
All right. Can I say I told you so? If it takes long.
Yes.
Well, I know sometimes it has extended.
And you will get a gold mark for that.
Okay.
Mayor, could I
I'm
make
gonna
a
go
sug-
with the program.
Please?
I will go with the program.
Okay. Then we'll go ahead on the 12th.
Carolyn, I'd like to make a suggestion that we go ahead and have a discussion within our committee on the fire information at the next month's meeting. Just not we won't have with full council at that point, but we can do some preliminary discussions with the chief next month
Okay.
on that.
We're going to put that would
On
be-
our,
well, that
That's
would
part
be
of the
following
committee
month.
meeting.
That would be the December council.
that's the full council, but
No,
our,
pre-council in December,
right, but that's with full council.
yes.
We're talking just for our fire and police committee to discuss with the fire chief the week before.
I really think that should be with full council.
Well, it's not that we're deciding anything, we're just, getting information.
That's the purpose of the full council meeting, to get more information. I've discussed it with the chief, that's asking to prepare those things that council
Okay.
want to know about what's proposed.
I mean, I just felt like we're the police and fire committee, and that's the kind of thing that we're supposed to be discussing in our committee. Prior to any other committee information, you guys discuss, the finances, and we're not in there, and we're we could come back together to discuss what the final decisions are. I don't see a problem with discussing some of what our questions are ahead of time before we get back together. But
I've discussed with the chief that I think we need more information from him about what's proposed.
Okay,
and we agree with you.
who is the him are we talking about here? Are we talking about the fire chief, or are we talking about the architect?
We're talking about the proposal was made the other night with the fire chief and the architect. That's what I've suggested to the chief, that he needs to answer some questions for us, and he agrees. We need to have that discussion with him. And that's what I think we need a full hour to do, not a half hour in a committee.
I just want to be clear, when you say him, we're going to meet with you to ask you questions.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
I agree that I don't think we can accomplish that after we've had a budget meeting and then go through and have a discussion in
No,
the
we're not
context
going to be
of-
able to.
Right, so that has to
We
go
have
to
the budget
December.
meeting in November, and this meeting would be in December.
Okay,
Okay?
okay.
All right.
Mayor, before we get going, just one small thing. James, we're Park Hill, a bunch of residents, Park Hills, it's going to get closed, it's not going to close. Originally October 7th, well, we're at the 8th now, and do you have the latest update about what the time to start that might be? You're saying no?
Well, and I had a call today from somebody who wanted to know when Glendale Milford Road was going to be closed at Givernay, and how long it was going to be closed for. How did that get out there?
Ms. Ross, you seem to have something that will
I
illuminate us.
spoke to a board member this morning regarding it, and they've been contacted by the contractor, and they are delayed because of the past storm doing some cleanup. So they are gonna find out this week when it's gonna start, but they felt like it was gonna be a 1-week delay from start. They also felt like it wasn't gonna be closed down as long as originally told.
Sounds great.
So that's
We
later
know
knowledge than I had.
more than we did.
It's all from a morning walk.
All right, that's good. I think that's all I have tonight. Oh, just that
You
is.
want to do the report?
She's got her
Yeah,
report.
well, just as the finance chair alluded to, the drone company is moving in on the 11th. And it's really an interesting new business for the village of Evendale, I think. And we're going to see drones flying around all over, I hope. And it's going to be an exciting time for us, very exciting time. So, okay, police and fire.
Okay, I'm going to start with fire first. Tom Stahl is going to return from injury leave this month. He's been off 7 months of recovery from an injury received while on duty. So, the fire department attended a citation hearing in Columbus in front of the Board of Building Appeals for a citation issued to GS Express and Mark Rippey for fire code violations. The board heard the testimony from the village. No one was there to represent the other parties. the board passed a ruling in favor of the village and fined the parties $10,000 and required them to comply with fire code violations within 60 days or face additional fines. So that was a good outcome for us. The fire department hosted the FACE team. The FACE team is firefighters attacking the cancer epidemic. It was the second annual conference. It was held at the rec center. There were over 80 fire, medical, and researchers attending. A lot of information was presented on current and future cancer research treatments, along with preventative actions. The Reading Fire Department is currently building a fire training tower and simulator. They have use of an additional shipping container. They have a need for additional shipping container once the service department has finished using the one that we have on Landmark property, and we plan to donate the one to them to assist in the training, and the training is also going to be used by our department, as well. And the department just completed its review by the ISO Rating Review Board, and the chief is going to come up after report and explain a little bit more to us about us. Our current ISO rating is a 2, ISO 2, and we would like to maintain that or improve. And then we have an ordinance on the agenda for purchasing a fire truck. I did want to take a few minutes for those members of council who are not on the police fire committee to share that we had an extensive discussion about it. The process that was done, there was a committee in the fire department that reviewed what the requirements were for a truck, talked with multiple companies. 3 companies ended up being in the final review, being Pierce, Sutphen, and E1. Pierce, it turns out, focuses now on larger, they want to do a fleet, not just a truck, and we're just looking for one truck here. And E1 had higher pricing, less storage, longer delivery times. So Sutphen has brought their delivery time down to 28 months. They also gave us pricing incentive. If we signed a contract within 30 days and pay the total price up front, it's a $97,600 savings. It's just short of that. So, which is really important because the total price of the truck, even with the savings, is going to be $1,073,312.87, which, if you remember, the chief ballparked it for us several months ago that looked like 1.2 million, so we're pretty close to what we thought, but with some savings. Okay, moving on then to the police report. The police department would like to thank everyone for their patience with the Glendale-Milford Road closure due to power lines being down. Fortunately, Duke was overwhelmed with the outages they had to address and took a longer than normal time to respond. We had some discussion about that in the committee meeting and ways that we might be able to improve the communication as well to members of the community if we have to confront that situation again in the future. But also the department appreciated Duke's efforts to get the emergency personnel information on the expected timelines for power restoration. And then as we talked last month, and we had passed an ordinance about the new service contract with Axon to replace our outdated cruiser and body cameras. And it's an improvement of technology, and I think we talked about the time reduction when we have to redact information for public records request. And then one of the features that we really liked about Axon was that we could integrate with our existing flock cameras to improve the effectiveness of their use. And just last week, the police department received a flock alert and was able to locate and stop a stolen vehicle. So we've already seen, the dividends there. The driver of the vehicle was found to be a juvenile who was wanted on outstanding warrants and had also been reported as a missing person. So, good news. Well, the last part of that we didn't actually discuss in committee, but an update that the chief provided to us afterwards. Then I'm going to talk cultural arts. I'm going to skip building, planning, and zoning. We did not actually have a report, and I wasn't able to follow up and get one beforehand. But if we get some information prior to the next meeting, I will share with Mayor and all of council. Cultural arts, the photo focus exhibit featuring Eric Hatch, Hard Times for These Times, is on display from October 1st, which means it's already on display, through the 31st. The opening reception and artist talk is October 20th from 1 to 4. Not to be confused with the photo focus juried photo exhibit, which is an outside display that's currently out there already around the pool fence. They actually juried 300 entries and 95 were selected. The opening reception for that is on the 13th from 1 to 4 with an award ceremony at 2 o'clock. October 12th is the monthly wine tasting, and I apologize, I didn't check. Do we still have slots available?
Actually, we had to cancel. We had a conflict come up, so we had to cancel the October one.
Okay.
But November is up and running.
Okay, so October is canceled and November is up and running. Okay. And then also, Art Ventures is still Friday, October 25th at Barn and Bunk Farm Market, and you have until the 21st to register for that. So that's our report.
Okay. Any-
Mayor, if I could just for a second, because in our committee meeting, I got a little, Mike and I got excited at each other about the process. I want to take a couple of minutes, if I could, and give the fire department a chance to talk us through what the allocation for the SUTFN is and why that we're doing it now. We've gone, the whole process has largely been under the radar, and it's better than me trying to explain it. I thought they could come up and give everybody a quick synopsis of why we're here and what that decision really entails. $1 million, $1.2 million is a really big expenditure. Some of the biggest individual expenditures we have in the village, and suddenly having it show up was a little bit unexpected. So I thought I'd give them a couple of minutes to just say this is how we got here and give everybody a little bit of assurance about what the process they went through, if you're okay with that.
Yeah, the chief had asked for some time to talk about ISO.
That's two separate subjects.
I know, but do you want to go ahead and talk now? Might as well.
We can, or we can do it at the ordinance, whichever you want to do.
Why don't we wait till we're done with the agenda?
However you want to do it, it's up to you.
Let's go through our agenda first. Okay? All right. Okay, the first item on the agenda is a resolution 24-01, and I ask for a motion to read it by title only.
So moved?
Second?
Mr. Burke?
Yes.
Mr. Sextro?
Yes.
Mr. Putoff?
Yes.
Ms. McDaniel?
Yes.
Ms. Smiley Robertson?
Yes.
Mr. Patterson?
Yes.
A motion, title only. Resolution accepting the amounts and rates as determined by the Building Commission and authorizing the necessary tax levies and certifying them to the county auditor. May I have a motion to suspend the second and third reading of the ordinance?
So moved.
Second?
Mr. Patterson?
Yes.
Mr. Sextro?
Yes.
Mr. Putoff?
Yes.
Ms. McDaniel?
Yes.
Mr. Burke?
Yes, and
Ms.
it's
Smiley
budget.
Robertson?
It's budget, not building commission.
Budget Commission.
It's the budget, yeah,
Yeah.
the Budget Commission.
Okay.
Okay.
Some other ones.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
We got 'em all. Now I need a motion to adopt the emergency clause of the ordinance.
So moved.
Second?
You don't have the second one finished.
Oh, no emergency clause.
Motion to adopt the resolution.
I need a motion to adopt the resolution.
So moved.
Second?
Mr. Burke,
Yes.
Ms. McDaniel.
Yes.
Mr. Putoff.
Yes.
Mr. Sextro.
Yes.
Ms. Smiley Robertson.
Yes.
Mr. Patterson.
Yes.
I now declare Resolution -01 adopted. Next, we have ordinance 24-53. I need a motion to read it by title only.
So moved. Second.
Mr. Patterson.
Yes.
Mr. Putoff.
Yes.
Mr. Sextro.
Yes.
Ms. McDaniel.
Yes.
Mr. Burke.
Yes.
Ms. Smiley Robertson.
Yes.
Ordinance making appointment to the Community Improvement Corporation in the Village of Evendale and declaring it as an emergency. I need a motion to suspend the second and third reading of the ordinance.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Burke.
Yes.
Mr. Putoff.
Yes.
Mr. Sextro.
Yes.
Ms. McDaniel.
Yes.
Ms. Smiley Robertson.
Yes.
Mr. Patterson.
Yes.
This is to reappoint Jeff Albrink to the Community Improvement Corporation. Now I need a motion to suspend the emergency clause of the ordinance.
So moved.
Second?
Mr. Burke.
Yes.
Ms. McDaniel.
Yes.
Mr. Sextro.
Yes.
Mr. Putoff.
Yes.
Ms. Smiley Robertson.
Yes.
Mr. Patterson.
Yes.
Now I need a motion to adopt the ordinance as an emergency.
So moved. Second.
Mr. Patterson.
Yes.
Mr. Putoff.
Yes.
Mr. Sextro.
Yes.
Ms. McDaniel.
Yes.
Mr. Burke.
Yes.
Ms. Smiley Robertson.
Yes.
I now declare ordinance 24-53 adopted as an emergency. Yes. Next, I need, we have ordinance 24-54. I'd like to read it by title only.
So moved.
Second?
Mr. Burke.
Yes.
Ms. McDaniel.
Yes.
Mr. Sextro.
Yes.
Mr. Putoff.
Yes.
Ms. Smiley Robertson.
Yes.
Mr. Patterson.
Yes.
An ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into an agreement with Nair Management and declaring it as an emergency. I need a motion to suspend the second and third reading of the ordinance.
So moved.
Second?
Mr. Patterson.
Yes.
Mr. Sextro.
Yes.
Mr. Putoff.
Yes.
Ms. McDaniel.
Yes.
Mr. Burke.
Yes.
Ms. Smiley Robertson.
Yes.
Now I need a motion to adopt the emergency clause of the ordinance.
So moved.
Second?
Mr. Patterson.
Yep.
Mr. Sextro.
Yes.
Mr. Putoff.
Yes.
Ms. McDaniel.
Yes.
Mr. Burke.
Yes.
Ms. Smiley Robertson.
Yes.
Now a motion to adopt the ordinance as an emergency.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Burke.
Yes.
Mr. Putoff.
Yes.
Mr. Sextro.
Yes.
Ms. McDaniel.
Yes.
Ms. Smiley Robertson.
Yes.
Mr. Patterson.
Yes.
I now declare ordinance 24-54 adopted as an emergency. Next is ordinance 24-55. I'd like permission to read it by title only.
So moved.
Second?
Mr. Putoff.
Yes.
Mr. Sextro.
Yes.
Ms. McDaniel.
Yes.
Mr. Burke.
Yes.
Ms. Smiley Robertson.
Yes.
Mr. Patterson.
Yes.
An ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into a contract with Sutphen for a fire engine and declaring it as an emergency. Chief, do you have some comments?
We're here to present, I guess. So, a little bit about the process that I put together, and then Captain Lehman will come up. We've been doing this for every major purchase that we do. We put together a committee, several firefighters, and then that's chaired by an officer. So Captain Lehman chaired this committee and went through the process of looking at vendors, and he'll step you through the entire process. They kept me abreast the entire time. As you know, it's a busy job, and so that's why we have a committee that puts it together,
Okay.
so.
Thank you, guys. Real quick, I'm going to touch on some of the bigger points. So this process started, well, with the committee, we have 2 representatives from each shift. There's 6 of us total, so we have buy-in from the whole department. All 6 members reach out, network with mutual aid departments and people in the community to see what other departments are doing, what's the latest technology capabilities, how can we get the best fit truck to fit what we need here at the department. So the process started in November of last year. We researched the local manufacturers, what their capabilities were, and that's when we start building the spec package. Our spec package is based on our needs as a community, what capabilities we want to provide, and then we look at what the standards are. We look at ISO standards, NFPA standards, and then county standards. What we're building here is a rescue pumper. It's a multi-purpose pumper. It's not just a fire truck. We respond to ALS, EMS calls and support, We have residential structure fire capabilities, obviously, but then we go commercial, industrial, and technical rescue. We have to get out on the highway, we do auto extrication, rope rescue, and all other support issues on that truck. So we got to make sure we have enough room to handle all that equipment, and then buy the best equipment to be able to handle all that. Let's see, we did have the three biggest manufacturers around here that support our region locally, E1, Suffin, and Pierce. Pierce did not come through for us on the customer service end of things. They were not helpful in information. It was, here's the truck, this is what we're going to provide you, and that's pretty much it. We didn't want to buy a truck off the lot. We wanted a custom truck to meet all of our needs. E1 and Suffin did the best job giving us that information, and ultimately came down to Suffin willing to work with us as a department and give us the most customizable truck possible. The parts on the truck are more common, easily to found. It'll be easier maintenance, and their main support and build is going to be right here in Ohio. Let's see. Suffin had the shortest delivery time of 28 months, what we discussed. E1 is 36 months. And the support from E1 is out of Florida, where we get support right here in Ohio to buy the truck. And then when it came down to the negotiations and price, we got the best price for the best truck that's the most customizable for us through Suffin. The original quote time was 40 months from Suffin, with, I think, a $1.3 to almost $1.4 million original price tag on the truck. And after we reviewed all of the specs and got the customization that we wanted to make it what we wanted, we got the price down to where we're at and negotiated this cash discount price, which is allowing us to make this purchase now. So it is the best use of money that we could possibly do.
Average life?
20 years on a truck. We're currently replacing a 2001 Suffin. 25 years, sorry. The 2001 Suffin is currently being replaced.
Which will be 25 more years by the time you get this truck.
Yes, yes.
The current truck is scheduled to be out of service 2027? Is that, did I get there?
Yes.
Quick question, E1 proposed price tag for their truck was?
It was I don't have that number right in front of me, but it was right around that $1.2 million price tag. And it was a 36-month delivery time with some other stipulations that didn't quite meet all of the needs what we were looking for in a truck. Turning radius, hose bed heights, ladder storage, tool equipment storage. Not to get into all the minutia of the details, but the overall package of the details they're giving us is not exactly what we wanted. They presented us with a puck pump. We have a standard pump on ours. The puck pump works, but it doesn't quite fit the capabilities, what we're looking for, their quick hose line deployment. Plus the maintenance on the puck is more and more expensive. It's a mechanical pump seals versus the pump packing on a standard pump panel. It's less expensive, it's a quieter pump, it's more efficient running. It doesn't run as high of RPMs.
And that general commentary on maintenance being more expensive on the E1 carries across the board for most of what?
For what we were looking for and what we were trying to get out of the truck, yes. Because of the size of the truck, because it's a multi-purpose rescue truck, and it's bigger than what a standard small pumper is. For example, the city of Cincinnati, their pumpers are significantly smaller. They only carry hose. They have first response capabilities, and that's about it, because they have ladder companies, they have dedicated other equipment available that respond with those to support them. We're trying to be a multi-purpose Swiss Army knife fire truck.
Do you replace an engine based on the number of runs or the years of age?
Years, age, and usage.
So we go through a calculation each year with how much maintenance the vehicle is costing us, and we trend that. And with depreciation of the vehicle itself, when those lines start to intersect, that's a time that you should start to replace it. Otherwise, your maintenance costs are going through the roof. So on average, it's right around that 25-year mark. Some of them, unfortunately, because of maintenance, tend to be sooner.
Yeah, not many things last 25 years, that's it.
Yeah.
But it's excuse me, Chief, but it's a data-driven decision, not a useful life. We've hit the 25th year, it's over.
Correct.
Is that accurate?
Correct.
Okay.
There are NFPA standards that recommend truck replacement schedules right around that same time.
So it's a dual thing, but we look at the maintenance costs more than anything else.
Okay.
I had the privilege a couple years ago to go to Wisconsin and to Persh and watch them accept the final product, and I watched them for 2 days go over that truck nitty-gritty with their check sheet here and their build sheet here, and point by point by point.
This process
They
is far
really
from
went
over.
over it thoroughly to be sure that it met the
How long is
specifications.
the warranty on it? Do you have more than a year warranty?
So it depends, different parts of the truck have different warranties. I think the pump itself, for example, has a 10-year warranty on it. I mean, there's a lifetime frame warranty. Each component's a little bit separate.
Okay.
Final question, what moved in talking with the chief financial officer, we were anticipating this being a next year kind of spend. What moved it forward?
So the meetings with Suffin are some of their financial decision makings. They have scheduled price raises. Right now, they have 2 more 3% price raises between now and the end of the year, and they don't know what the new price raise is going to be in January. By signing now and ordering it now, it locks in this price and it guarantees us this price. The other variable in place I forgot to mention is that new DEF DOT systems are changing.
That's on the engines.
On the engines, like how the environment, the EPA type requirements.
Right.
Those new standards aren't out yet and those aren't public yet. For example, E1 says that there's a contingency and that they're gonna raise the price on us depending what those pump feature considerations may be. Suffin says this price is the price. We're not gonna raise the price on you depending on what the new standards are.
Okay.
And I think it was partly the $97,000 up front that we got
That was
credit
helpful
for.
too. That was helpful.
That helped soften the
The
blow.
Suffin Corporation wanted to do business with us. They wanted a truck like this in southwestern Ohio and Hamilton County as being a premier truck.
And do I understand it correctly that we pay the $1,073,312.87 completely upfront?
Yes.
And then we get the truck in 2 years?
Yes.
Does that make
Financial sense.
anybody nervous? Like,
So they do a performance bond. So if for some reason that Suffin Corporation goes under, the bond, as I have talked to Cynthia about, protects our money and we get it back.
okay,
So it's not, we're not just giving it away for,
okay.
For
They're just
hopefully
not
nothing. Yeah.
let them have that money for 2 years.
right. We did look, they are a privately owned company, so we asked if we could see their financial records legally. They don't have to give it to us, and they wouldn't. But they assured us with the bond, and Cynthia's happy with the bond without having to see the financials.
I remember once we were getting new siding at our house, and a company, which I will not name, they came to our house and they gave their whole presentation, and they said, now, if you sign right now, you can get this deal. And we were like, oh, gosh, what do we do? What do we do? Do we sign? Do we sign? And we signed, and then we regretted that. Like, we're like, why did they put this pressure on us to sign? So whenever I hear like, oh, we're gonna get a discount if we sign right now, it always just makes me feel like, oh, gosh, that
and-
just makes me just a little uneasy, but,
The price.
It's
So we don't
also-
have to sign for the full price, but we don't get the discounted price rate. That's an increased rate. And then there's financial options at the 5 or 6% payment rates that they present to us. But we still have to sign the order, just pay all that later, and it'd just be more of an expense
right,
later.
yeah. That's like my siding was too.
Yeah.
But I
So
went
then-
with them, we still have the siding.
And we also have $750,000 out of our medical fund, is that correct? So we've got that money already in the bank for us, that we do not have to pay it out of our cash stash. So it comes down to about a $350,000 purchase.
Just a little bit of background, the Suffin Corporation, we have dealt with pretty much the entire existence of the fire department, except for the Pierce that we bought back in 2016. The background that we didn't go with Pierce at that time is the Suffin Corporation had a failure with their ladder trucks, and they weren't forthcoming with some of their information. And when we went to purchase the 2016 vehicle, I had some very hard discussions with Dan Suffin, one of the part owners, and told him why we weren't gonna go with him, because at that point in time, that company was not trustworthy. So they have worked very hard with this committee to gain our trust back and to prove that they're putting out a reliable piece of equipment and a very quality piece of equipment. So I think that the amount of work that they've put in towards us shows their commitment as well.
We bought a Sutphen fire truck the first time I was mayor. And I had occasion to work with Sutphen in those days, way, way back in 69 and 70.
The Suffolk Corporation's been in business for 134 years, and they've got business ratings online, and I don't want to quote the name of it. What's it called? The Dun and Bradstreet?
Dun and Bradstreet.
DB, yep.
Then
That's
their
their financial.
corporation and their business model is on there, and they're rated on there.
Mike, what is the latest date we can make the decision on the rails on the ladder? Height-wise?
This isn't the ladder. This is the
Oh,
engine.
this is the pump?
Yeah,
Yes,
this is
yeah,
the
yeah,
one.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, that vehicle we don't have to replace for a while.
okay.
Okay,
By the way, thank you both. I appreciate the extra work. It caught us a little by surprise. We haven't been talking about it a lot. I appreciate you putting together a couple of minutes to just bring us all up to speed.
No problem.
No problem.
You're free to come by the fire station anytime, take a look at our current truck, and I can show you what's on the current truck and what's gonna be on the second truck, because there's some significant improvements we're putting even on this next truck with the
As
technology.
long as you throw in dinner,
that's
you're
changed.
up. You're up.
Absolutely.
Let's get the really serious stuff out of the way.
all right, can I have a motion to suspend the second and third reading of the ordinance?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Patterson.
Yes.
Mr. Burke.
Yes.
Ms. Smiley Robertson.
Yes.
Mr. Sextro.
Yes.
Mr. Putoff.
Yes.
Ms. McDaniel.
Yes.
Can I have a motion to adopt the emergency clause of the ordinance?
So moved.
Second.
Ms. Smiley Robertson.
Yes.
Mr. Patterson.
Yes.
Mr. Burke.
Yes.
Mr. Sextro.
Yes.
Mr. Putoff.
Yes.
Ms. McDaniel.
Yes.
Now I need a motion to adopt the ordinance as an emergency.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Burke.
Yes.
Mr. Putoff.
Yes.
Mr. Sextro.
Yes.
Ms. McDaniel.
Yes.
Ms. Smiley Robertson.
Yes.
Mr. Patterson.
Yes.
I now declare ordinance 24-55 adopted as an emergency. Next, we have ordinance 24-56. I need permission to read it by title only.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Patterson. Ms. McDaniel.
Yes.
Mr. Sextro.
Yes.
Mr. Putoff.
Yes.
Mr. Burke.
Yes.
Ms. Smiley Robertson.
Yes.
An ordinance authorizing the payment of amounts due upon certain contracts requiring certification of availability of funds and declaring it as an emergency. Our then and now ordinance. May I have a motion to suspend the second and third reading?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Burke.
Yes.
Ms. McDaniel.
Yes.
Mr. Sextro.
Yes.
Mr. Putoff.
Yes.
Ms. Smiley Robertson.
Yes.
Mr. Patterson.
Yes.
Now a motion to adopt the emergency clause of the ordinance.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Sextro.
Yes.
Ms. Smiley Robertson.
Yes.
Mr. Putoff.
Yes.
Ms. McDaniel.
Yes.
Mr. Burke.
Yes.
Mr. Patterson.
Yes.
Now a motion to adopt the ordinance as an emergency.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Putoff.
Yes.
Mr. Sextro.
Yes.
Ms. McDaniel.
Yes.
Mr. Burke.
Yes.
Ms. Smiley Robertson.
Yes.
Mr. Patterson.
Yes.
And now declare ordinance 24-56 adopted as an emergency. Next is 24-57. I need permission to read it by title only.
So moved.
Second.
Ms. Smiley Robertson.
Yes.
Ms. McDaniel.
Yes.
Mr. Sextro.
Yes.
Mr. Putoff.
Yes.
Mr. Burke.
Yes.
Mr. Patterson.
Yes.
An ordinance approving transfer from the contingency fund to the building department and declaring it as an emergency. This is for some chillers, various items that we have broken down over the past year. May I have a motion to suspend the second and third reading?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Burke.
Yes.
Mr. Patterson. Ms. Smiley Robertson.
Yes.
Mr. Sextro.
Yes.
Mr. Putoff.
Yes.
Ms. McDaniel.
Yes.
Now I need a motion to adopt the emergency clause of the ordinance.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Patterson.
Yes.
Ms. McDaniel.
Yes.
Mr. Sextro.
Yes.
Mr. Putoff.
Yes.
Mr. Burke.
Yes.
Ms. Smiley Robertson.
Yes.
Now a motion to adopt the ordinance as an emergency.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Burke.
Yes.
Mr. Patterson. Ms. Smiley Robertson.
Yes.
Mr. Sextro.
Yes.
Mr. Putoff.
Yes.
Ms. McDaniel.
Yes.
I now declare ordinance 24-57 adopted as an emergency. Next is ordinance 24-58. I need permission to read it by title only.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Burke.
Yes.
Ms. McDaniel.
Yes.
Mr. Sextro.
Yes.
Mr. Putoff.
Yes.
Ms. Smiley Robertson?
Yes.
Mr. Patterson?
Ordinance authorizing the mayor to hire Kelly Russo as a part-time recreation programmer for the Recreation Department and declaring it as an emergency. I need a motion to suspend the second and third reading of the ordinance.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Sextro?
Yes.
Ms. McDaniel?
Yes.
Mr. Putoff?
Yes.
Mr. Burke?
Yes.
Ms. Smiley Robertson?
Yes.
Yes.
Mr.
Aye.
Mr. Patterson? Sorry.
We got 'em all?
Yep.
Last but not forgotten.
Now I need a motion to adopt the emergency clause of the ordinance.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Burke?
Yes.
Ms. McDaniel?
Yes.
Mr. Sextro?
Yes.
Mr. Putoff?
Yes.
Ms. Smiley Robertson?
Yes.
Mr. Patterson?
Yes.
Now a motion to adopt the ordinance as an emergency.
So moved.
Second?
Ms. McDaniel?
Yes.
Mr. Sextro?
Yes.
Mr. Putoff?
Yes.
Burke?
Yes.
Ms. Smiley Robertson?
Yes.
Mr. Patterson?
I now declare ordinance 24-58 adopted as an emergency. Next, we have ordinance 24-59. I need a motion to read it by title only.
So moved.
Second.
Ms. Smiley Robertson?
Yes.
Ms. McDaniel?
Yes.
Mr. Sextro?
Yes.
Mr. Putoff?
Yes.
Mr. Burke?
Yes.
Mr. Patterson?
Yes.
Ordinance authorizing the mayor to hire Paige Litkenhouse as a part-time recreation specialist for the Recreation Department and declaring it as an emergency. I need a motion to suspend the second and third reading of the ordinance.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Burke?
Yes.
Mr. Patterson?
Yes.
Ms. Smiley Robertson?
Yes.
Mr. Sextro?
Yes.
Mr. Putoff?
Yes.
Ms. McDaniel?
Yes.
I need a motion to adopt the emergency clause of the ordinance.
So moved.
Second.
Ms. Smiley Robertson?
Yes.
Mr. Patterson? Mr. Burke?
Yes.
Mr. Sextro?
Yes.
Mr. Putoff?
Yes.
Ms. McDaniel?
Yes.
Now I need the motion to adopt the ordinance as an emergency.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Burke?
Yes.
Ms. McDaniel?
Yes.
Mr. Sextro?
Yes.
Mr. Putoff?
Yes.
Smiley Robertson?
Yes.
Mr. Patterson?
I now declare ordinance 24-59 adopted as an emergency. Next is ordinance 24-60. I'd like a motion to read it by title only.
So moved.
Mr. Burke?
Yes.
Mr. Sextro?
Yes.
Mr. Putoff?
Yes.
Ms. McDaniel?
Yes.
Ms. Smiley Robertson?
Yes.
Mr. Patterson?
Yes.
An ordinance approving an additional appropriation in the general fund and declaring it as an emergency. This is for the engineering work on village crossings. I need a motion to suspend the second and third reading of the ordinance.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Burke?
Yes.
Ms. McDaniel?
Yes.
Mr. Sextro?
Yes.
Mr. Putoff?
Yes.
Ms. Smiley Robertson?
Yes.
Mr. Patterson?
Yes.
Now a motion to adopt the ordinance as an emergency.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Patterson?
Yes.
Mr. Burke?
Yes.
Mr. Sextro?
Yes.
Mr. Putoff?
Yes.
Ms. McDaniel?
Yes.
Ms. Smiley Robertson?
Yes.
Now a motion to adopt the ordinance as an emergency.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Sextro?
Yes.
Ms. McDaniel?
Yes.
Mr. Putoff?
Yes.
Mr. Burke?
Yes.
Ms. Smiley Robertson?
Yes.
Mr. Patterson?
Yes.
Now I declare the ordinance 24-60 adopted as an emergency. Fire Chief, it's all yours.
Thank you, Mayor. I will be brief. We went through our ISO evaluation today. The department and the officers and myself have spent hundreds of hours compiling the data, the information for ISO. It took 3 hours to go through with them today. They applauded our effort at being so organized and having everything ready for him to take back. We should get the outcome within 2 to 6 months, and hopefully our rating will stay at a 2, if not better than what we have. I just wanted to quickly go through, and hit the highlights of what we went through. We had to dive in deep to our training records over the last 3 years to support what we needed according to NFPA standards as well as the ISO standards that they put out there, along with our run cards. That's who's coming when the fire alarm goes off, which departments, how many people are on each truck, and their response times, not only ours, but theirs, our mutual aid people. They wanted to look at our non-destructive tests of our aerials. We go above and beyond. They're only required every 3 years. We do it every year. We want to make sure that that aerial is ready to perform when it's called into service. Our hose testing and our pump testing is all done annually. He wanted those records for the last 3 years. Inventory of all of the apparatus, and we're talking about just fire now. They don't look at any of the EMS equipment at all. So they looked at all the equipment on the vehicles and randomly picked things to see on the trucks. So we actually went out and looked at the trucks with them. Looked at our community risk reduction programs and how they're impacting the community, and we'll get a rating on that. And all of this will be utilized when we get the report back on how we improve moving forward as well from a department standpoint. So we looked at our automatic aid, how far away the departments are, how fast they can get here. It's all part of the formula. We looked at 11 hydrants and flow tested them to their standards. He's pretty amazed at the amount of water that we have here. So that was good. Then we went through a whole detailed survey of hours of inside training, outside training, and everything else. So we have a little bit of homework to get back to him on, but other than that, he was very impressed, and these are the books. If you want more information on it, I'll be happy to sit down and go through the entire process with you. But this happens every 5 years, so I just wanted to let you know what we had been getting ready for the last month, so.
Any questions?
Yes, Mike.
Go.
The rating does help the businesses in the area,
It
correct?
helped, so depending on the insurance carriers,
Right.
it helps.
Yeah.
There are some residential insurance carriers that don't care about ISO, but the commercial ones
Definitely
do.
do, yeah.
Absolutely.
ISO scale, what we are now, and what the advantage of moving one way or the other would be, and what you anticipate the outcome being. We won't hold you to the last answer, but
I anticipate us to stay a 2 and move up in that scale. There's a 10-point range there to move up in that scale, moving towards a 1, which is the highest rating there is. Alls I can tell you is from back history, when we went from a 3 to a 2, there was a significant savings to all of the commercial structures, including GE. Their insurance premium for the year went down by millions. So,
What types of things would prevent us from going from a 2 all the way to a 1?
us not doing our job and us not training to do our job is the most important things. And us not having the equipment that we have, subpar equipment.
I understand. It would be very difficult for us to move to a 1 because of the size of our department and everything.
That's actually not true. That was the old rating. They've revamped it.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yep, and with what Councilman Smiley Robertson said about Reading building their training facility down there as a burn property as well, burn training facility, which will be roughly a quarter mile outside of our jurisdiction. And we've already talked to Reading about training in it, and they said absolutely, anytime that we're training, they can train, and vice versa. We will be able to count that on the next evaluation, which is worth a huge amount of points. So don't say never. We could always reach a 1.
All right, that's good.
According to the new standards.
That's good.
But they've modified those standards to take size of department out of it as a determining factor.
They understand the models now a little bit better, and they count automatic aid and mutual aid a little heavier because of it. So the NFPA states that you should have 16 or 17 people responding to a residential fire on the first alarm. We have 24. Okay. On a commercial structure, I believe, and don't quote me on the numbers, it's like 24, and we have more than that. We have 26 or 8. So we've tried to exceed those numbers, but with our mutual aid partners and automatic aid partners, because again, we're running with 7 people out the door for the most part.
Have you not been using the burn tower at Great Oaks?
We do, but
It's a little farther.
it's further, it's harder to get to with the on-duty crew and then respond back. It's a little hard for me to justify them responding an additional 7 or 8 minutes. So we do it on off-duty, so we do the best we can. One of those requirements is each individual in the fire department should have 16 hours of live training, fire training, a year. That's really hard to get when you have to go off-duty and off-site. So with it being a quarter mile, I can justify a minute longer response than,
It's going to be on Reading Road.
do you know where Incinerator Boulevard, or Drive is?
Yeah.
It's all the way at the back of Incinerator Boulevard.
Almost
or
in our
Drive.
backyard.
Yeah, yeah. So
Right
we'll
at
get
the
some
end.
complaints when we start to burn of the smoke because of the prevailing winds. But I'll put something in the newsletter when they're starting to get ready so that
Okay,
the residents will know that hopefully it's just a training fire.
very good.
Thank you for the time. I appreciate it.
Councilman, you want to bring up anything?
We're good.
Good, okay. Anything else to come before council tonight?
I got 2 questions for James. One involves the flowing water on Glendale Milford Road, a new one, and the other one involves and I think I kind of know the answer, but all the marked trees along Glendale Milford Road is where I noticed them mostly, but that are
Yeah,
ribboned.
so, first on the water leak, the Waterworks has been contacted, similar to what happened to Glendale Milford. At
Lot
the
of water
intersection
flowing
at
out
Glendale
of
Milford, the one that they finally fixed the one that was in front of Cottingham Nursing Home. I think I've driven by for 3 months. So, priority-wise, as long as it's not affecting traffic, it's low priority for them. They get to it when they get to it. I don't have an answer. They don't have a schedule yet, but they're aware of it. So we'll see what happens. Our crew went up through before the
I'm
leaves
sorry,
start falling.
before you
I'm
move
sorry.
on. Is there any risk to washout as far as the road goes there?
No,
The way it is?
it's holding in the gutter line.
Okay.
Yeah, I went and looked at it today just to make sure it wasn't breaching the pavement or any of that issue. It's kind of bubbling over the curb line and holding the gutter down to the catch basin.
Okay.
So, prior to the leaves falling, and prior to the storm, our crews went through, we had replaced a number of dead and dying trees along Cooper and Glendale Milford in the past, and this was just kind of that follow-up process. So those trees that were marked are ones that we know either have issues, we've had deadfall out of them, so we know that they're rotting. So ones obviously that don't have any leaves on them right now, we know we got to take down, but some of the ones that are marked, we've had a number of people question that, but it's stuff that Sam, through his arborist, has basically gone through and evaluated, and we know we've had some issues. We had a branch go down there at Glendale Milford during the storm that took out the roadway for a short period of time, so.
And are we budgeting for replacement of all those trees or just some of them, or?
We did the last time, yeah, so we have a line item in the budget in the greenbelt maintenance, and so we utilize that for those replacement of the street
I think
trees.
we replaced 60 trees last time.
Yeah. I don't know how many we have marked at this point. It kind of, they were in the process of it when the storm hit,
Right,
so.
right, yeah.
So,
There was a lot of debris on Glendale Milford Road from those trees.
quite a bit,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions, comments?
I forgot the most important thing. You need to invite people to the town hall meeting. November 3rd, 5 PM, Sunday afternoon. Dinner is served. That should be exciting to some or all. Please come and join us.
Absolutely. With that, I'll accept the motion to adjourn.
So moved?
Second?
Mr. Burke?
Yes.
Ms. McDaniel?
Yes.
Mr. Sextro?
Yes.
Mr. Putoff?
Yes.
Ms. Smiley Robertson?
Yes.
Mr. Patterson?
Yes.
Adjourn.